everyone, it's me Geeky and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I will be doing my haul from Manchester. Funny enough and surprisingly, the haul for Manchester Forbidden Planet is a lot more than my haul for Travellingman, which was really surprising because Travellingman was so well stocked and beautifully laid out in Manchester, and Forbidden Planet in Manchester just wasn't it. I'm not gonna lie, it was very empty, and I think I've got some footage of the shelves in Manchester. I think Reese took the camera off me and done a little bit of filming, so fingers crossed he was able to get some footage of the shelves. But honestly, overall Manchester Forbidden Planet was quite disappointing. I don't know how I managed to get quite as much in Manchester Forbidden Planet. I don't know. Anyway, we're not talking about Manchester Forbidden Planet. We are talking about Travellingman Manchester. So yeah, oh my god, Travellingman Manchester was beautiful. I have to say, I think I preferred the layout and the manga selection over the one in Leeds. I don't know, it just was more cozy, it was more vibey. It was just a vibe. I feel like it was just a vibe, and I enjoyed that vibe that the store gave me. Not that Leeds was bad, I don't know, there was something about the Manchester store that was just super vibey, super chilled, and I just really enjoyed it. But honestly, I wish I would have had a chance to go back again a second time, because I was kind of pinning my hopes on Forbidden Planet Manchester to have a little bit more in the manga selection than what they had. I definitely didn't spend as much money in Forbidden Planet Travellingman as what I would have done had I have known the selection of Forbidden Planet Manchester to be as bad as it was. But I managed to get about 9 volumes, so let's just kick it off. All of them were 3 for 2, so they were all Viz titles. That was one of the only other limitations that I gave myself. So when I was in Travellingman, the only series that I would go after was either on sale or they were Viz Media, because it would be 3 for 2. I didn't want to pay full price for many of them. I did pay full price for a couple, not in Manchester but in Leeds. But in Manchester I was able to get a couple discounted, but they were all Viz Media titles. So let's just kick it off, because I feel like I'm going to be here talking and you guys just want to see that manga. But before we get started, don't forget to give this video a like, comment and subscribe. You guys know the deal with that. Pop into the Manga Dudette Discord, that will be linked down below. Follow me on social media. I'm now active on TikTok, and it's super fun to interact with you guys on TikTok. So if you've got any questions that you want me to do a video answer to, shove them on my TikTok, because I'm really enjoying that whole platform at the moment for answering questions. But yeah, let's go back to the haul. So I managed to pick up a few on my wish list, and I think a couple that weren't on my wish list, non-surprise there, I deviated again. But when you're faced with so much manga, you just can't help yourself but want to buy beautiful series that weren't on the list but you've been curious about, especially if they were 3 for 2 price or half price. Know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on. So I picked up 3 volumes from Travellingman Manchester of this particular series. I did manage to get some more volumes of this series from Forbidden Planet Manchester as well, but I managed to find volume 12 of Children of the Whales. Look how absolutely gorgeous this series is, this volume. Look at it, it's absolutely stunning. Like, oh my freaking god, gorgeous. The artwork is gorgeous. Like, this series has a anime on Netflix, so if you guys are interested in this series at all, definitely check it out. It is a shoujo title, but I don't want to say too much about this series, because it's probably best that you go into it blind if you don't know anything about it, probably because there's quite the twist in volume 1. It goes, I just want to say this, it goes from what you think is going to be a very sweet fantasy type shoujo, it gets quite dark quite quickly, and that's just in volume 1, so let's just leave it at that. It is, however, a little bit more of a slow burning series. So basically we follow these people on the Mud Whale, which is basically adrift in the sea of sand, and they use their special powers Thymia to every time they go past a wreckage or a new island, they use their powers to go to that island to see if there's anything that they can bring back that would be useful for their own island. But yeah, that is kind of like a watered down premise of this series. Again, I don't want to go too much into it because it's probably best going in semi-blind with this series, because it's so good. It's so good. It is a slow burner. I have read up to, I think, what volume did I read up to? Volume 11 I've read up to, and it has been kind of like a slow burn fantasy type series, but I've really enjoyed what I've read of it so far, and I cannot wait to get up to date with this and give it a massive binge. The artwork is gorgeous. Now this is volume 15, so I don't know if this is going to be spoiler, but let me just look at the artwork on that. Like, how gorgeous is that artwork? Like, stunning. But yeah, that was volumes 12, 13 and 14 of Children of the Whales. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, they were 3 for 2 because I've still got the sticker, and they were £8.99. Oh, they must be old printings. I didn't even notice that. So they were £8.99. 3 for 2, so that's not bad at all. And then I picked up a couple of Shonen Jump titles, the first being one that wasn't on my list, but I have been definitely curious about it. I have read the first chapter on the Shonen Jump app before I purchased these, and since then I've managed to get up to date, and I've read through the 4 volumes that I've got currently and really enjoyed it. But that is Kaiju number 8, so I picked up volume, is that 2? Yeah, volume 2 and volume 3. This gives me super Bleach vibes for whatever reason. It has absolutely nothing to do with Bleach, but it just gives me that fun shonen type vibe that I've been missing for quite a while. I have read quite a few Shonen Jump series and I've enjoyed them, but for some unknown reason they never gave me the same feeling that Bleach did. I don't know why, but Kaiju number 8 is one of those series that has given me that Bleach vibe. It follows a guy in his 30s as he is a cleaner, because there's massive kaiju in this world, and they've been appearing out of nowhere. We've got the military that keeps killing all these kaiju that keep appearing, and he's basically a cleaner, and he's wanted to get into the military to help kill the kaiju for the longest time. Each time he's gone and done these exams, he's failed it for one reason or another, but something happens in volume 1 which gives him a certain ability, and he manages to pass the test and is now on the road to go into the military, which is super exciting. Volume 4 was so good. Like, I loved volume 4 so much. I cannot wait for volume 5. I think that comes out within the next couple of weeks, but I don't know if it will hit the UK or if it's going to take a little bit longer to get here. But I'm not going to be reading this one on the Shonen Jump app. I will be reading this one physically only. But oh my gosh, cannot wait. I think it's got an anime adaptation coming. I believe I saw a trailer for one and it looked amazing, so super hyped about that. Hopefully the anime is as good as the manga, fingers crossed. And I like the fact that the protagonist is in his 30s. I'm turning 30 this year. I am turning 30 this year in February, so it's nice to have characters that I can relate to, that are closer to my age. So yeah, I'm super excited to see where this series goes. But another series that I managed to pick up from Travellingman, these were actually in the discounted section, so they were 50% off the mark price. I don't know why. There doesn't look like there's anything wrong with them. I think it just must have been like dead stock. But I managed to pick up Twin Star Exorcist volume 16 and 24. So I've got a fair few gaps in this series at this point. So I've collected up to volume 6 and now I have 16 and 24. So I believe the current volume out is 26 or 27, so I'm really far behind in this series, but I'm hoping to catch up this year if we go up to London with some 3 for 2s, or if I can see any cheap online on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or something along those lines. I don't want to pay very much for this series because it's not one that I am like just can't wait to read. It's one of those shonen series that I really enjoy, but it's not high on my priority. So if I find them cheap, I'll pick them up, or if they've got a few volumes and I need to make up 3 for 2, then I will pick them up. Or if Travellingman does a Black Friday event later on in the year, or a 10% off or whatever, I will probably use that to pick these up because they're pretty good prices online as well. But that is volume 16 and 24 of Twin Star Exorcist. So the last two volumes in the haul are Shoujo Beat titles, and another one that was 50% off. I don't know why. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it, but that is Natsume Book of Friends volume 26. This was a fairly new release as well, so I was pretty confused to see that on the 50% off, but I'm not going to complain because this series is pretty hard to come by, particularly the first few volumes. I have got volume 1 and 2, and I have read volume 1. It's a super chilled, relaxed, like yokai series, and I just really like the vibe of this series. It seemed super chill. The art style was gorgeous. I don't really know much about the plot, to be honest, after reading volume 1, only that Natsume has got a book of yokai names, and basically the yokai come to attack him. So what he does is return some of the yokai's names, and it seems to pacify them. So I'm not entirely sure if that's a good description or not, but that's kind of what the vibe of the series is from what I've read so far. But I have really enjoyed it. It is a series that is quite difficult to find, so I'm hoping that Shoujo Beat gives it a reprint, at least the first few volumes, because I really don't want to pay over cover price for these. I've paid for a few volumes of Nana over cover price, but not by much, even with the reprints. But I'm hoping that these will slowly come back into stock, and I will just be really patient and see if I can find a lot or a few secondhand or something like that online. I don't know. I'm just going to keep my eyes open for this and see how we go, because yeah, super excited to get into this, and I might check out the anime if it's out on Crunchyroll. I hope it's on Crunchyroll. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll have a look. But the last volume is a series that I'm super behind in as well. I've literally read the first 3 volumes. Have I got the first 3 volumes consecutively? Yeah, so I've read the first 3 volumes. That it was a gift from Reese a few years ago, and his brothers, I think it was from his brothers actually. But it's a series that I've watched the anime to and really enjoyed, and that is Snow White with the Red Hair. I managed to find volume 8. This was actually on my wish list to pick up while I was up in Leeds or Manchester, but I didn't get too many. I only ended up buying 4 volumes because the selection for Snow White with the Red Hair wasn't very good. It was random volumes, not really many under 10, which is a little bit annoying because I've only got the first 3, now 8, and then a few in the teens. But I really enjoy the anime to this, and I cannot wait to see where this series goes. I hear that it takes a dip sort of in the late teens, but then it picks up a little bit later on, so I can't wait to see what that is all about. I want to form my own opinions about that, but I feel like I've heard that this is quite a slow burn shoujo, but it's super good. So again, I've enjoyed the first 3 volumes of this, and I've enjoyed the anime, so I cannot wait to see where this series goes. But yeah, the artwork is gorgeous. It follows a girl called Shirayuki as she runs away from a kingdom. This is Shirayuki on the back with the red hair. If you can see it, will it focus? There we go. She runs away from her kingdom as the prince of the kingdom wants to have her as a wife or a concubine or something along those lines. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but she runs away and into the next kingdom, and then friendships and numerous shenanigans ensue, but it's super fun. and a super wholesome read, and I cannot wait to finish off this series and see where it goes from there. But yeah guys, this was my haul for, let me see if I can pick them up, it's a bit awkward, whoops. So this was my haul for Travellingman Manchester, a nice small one, but some good bangers in here nonetheless. I really enjoyed my trip to Manchester Travellingman. Honestly, the store is really good, and the selection of manga, whether it be Viz titles or non-Viz titles, was really good as well. I feel like when I went back through my footage for the vlog that I definitely missed out on some series that I really wanted to collect. I just wasn't looking hard enough, so I'm super frustrated on myself for missing out a few series. But maybe next time we'll be able to go. I will definitely be more cautious in scouring those shelves, because yeah, they had some bangers there and some older shoujo titles that I definitely missed out on because I was being a bit cautious with my money because I was thinking about Forbidden Planet Manchester. So the last volume from Travellingman wasn't purchased at Travellingman Manchester, it was actually purchased in Travellingman Leeds, but I didn't show it in my previous haul. At least I don't think I did. I can't remember if I did. I hope I didn't, but if I did, I do apologise. But that is volume 11 of Tokyo Ghoul Re. This, I've had this in my collection for ages, that is Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re, and I haven't finished it. I have finished watching the anime, and I'm really interested to see if the manga differs slightly, because I know the anime definitely takes a turn at some points, so I'm interested to see if Re differs from the last season of the anime. So yeah, I'm super excited to get back into Tokyo Ghoul. Fun fact about Tokyo Ghoul, actually, a good few years ago I went on a massive manga buying hiatus for a good few years, and it was actually Tokyo Ghoul that got me back into collecting manga. So if it wasn't for Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re, I wouldn't be sitting in front of this collection right now. So I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, I'm not entirely sure at this point, but all I know is that I really enjoy this series. So yeah, I think at some point I will be changing these out for the 2 box sets though, just to free up some space on my shelves, because if you guys can tell, I am severely running out of space. I need to get some new shelves, but anything that comes with a box set or has had a box set newly released, I will possibly be switching over eventually to the box sets, just so I will have room on my space for more manga, because I have a problem. But yeah, this is such a great series. I definitely recommend. It is rated over the teen, so do be aware if you're not of age, don't be reading it, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of gore, there's a lot of blood. It's a lot of fun, what can I say? Moving on to shop number 2 of the day, and that was Forbidden Planet Manchester. I'm not gonna lie, if you watched my vlog from last week, you would know that I was not particularly impressed with Forbidden Planet Manchester, probably because it didn't have a lot of the stock that I was really interested in, i.e. shoujo. I did manage to get a pretty fat stack of manga though, not gonna lie, but it wasn't what I was expecting to get, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because I was able to get pretty much up to date with one series, which I'm happy about, because I've been umming and ahhing about it for a while, but I bit the bullet and picked it up. It wasn't, Forbidden Planet Manchester wasn't the best, but it wasn't, it just, yeah, it wasn't as great as Forbidden Planet Leeds or either of the Travellingmans, so yeah. Without further ado, let's just show you what I picked up, right? So first up, Reese actually brought this for me, and he gave it to me as a Christmas present along with a couple of other volumes in here, but I will show these to you anyway, and that is DFI. I'm not going to show you the back of this volume because it's covered with bottoms. You guys know that this is pretty much a meme on my channel at this point. and I just had to see how it ended. I haven't actually read this volume yet. I think I'm going to binge read volume 1 and 2. I'm going to put this down before my video get demonetized, but it is rated and mature because it's got a lot of saucy material. So if you are underage, do not read that volume because it's too spicy for your eyes. Stay away. Next is the only shoujo. No, it's not the only shoujo. I take that back. Next is a shoujo title, and that is Anonymous Noise. I only managed to pick up 3 volumes of this. In fact, I was going to pick up more, but me and Caitlin were like, well, we could probably pick them up cheaper online at some point, but I needed to get a couple of volumes just because I saw them and I couldn't help myself because I've got 0 self-control. So I picked up volume 10, volume 11 and volume 13 of Anonymous Noise. I haven't really got a whole lot to say about this because I've only watched the anime, but I did really enjoy the anime. It's about music and bands and singing. It's just, the anime was a lot of fun. I watched it on Amazon Prime. It was a lot of fun, and it did leave me on the cliffhanger, which was super annoying. It was never given a season 2, unfortunately, so I now have to go and buy all the manga to see how this series ends. But I really did enjoy the anime. It's going to be an interesting experience diving into the manga because obviously I've been listening to the music from the anime and the characters' voices and whatnot, but I'm still really excited to dive in and give it a read. I haven't got that many volumes left in the collection to complete it. I think I'm missing about 5 or 6 volumes at this point. So as soon as I've finished collecting them, I will give it a binge read. That seems to be how I'm enjoying reading my series at the moment, is giving them a good binge read rather than going volume to volume, because I get really confused at what's going on. And I always forget as well, which is really annoying. But yeah, the only thing I would say about this series is what's kind of putting me off of it a little bit is the character design. If you guys can see, they are very sort of like sharp and pointy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that per se, but it's not necessarily an art style that I'm fond of, but I'm still really excited to give it a read nonetheless. But yeah, that is Anonymous Noise. Again, this is rated teen, so it's pretty safe all round. I haven't read any of it yet, but from the anime there wasn't anything that could be too triggering from what I can remember. But again, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section down below, because yeah, I wouldn't want anybody to be triggered. Next is a fat stack of a manga series. Hang on a minute. Next is a load of a series, and it gets me up to date, which I'm super excited about, I'm not gonna lie. Reese did purchase a few of these for me for Christmas. I'm sure he will pop down in the comment section below to tell me which ones he did pick me up for Christmas, but I managed to get a fat stack of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, which I am super excited about because yeah, the art style just looks absolutely gorgeous. I have watched the first couple of episodes and I was just like, yeah, I need to get the manga. It just looks super cute. But this was the one volume that I was having issues finding, volume 4. It just seemed to go out of stock everywhere and I just couldn't find it, but Reese managed to pick that up for me for Christmas, so thank you very much. I have left the labels on this so you'll be able to see how much I paid per volume, but in Forbidden Planet it was 3 for 2 on everything, so I did separate them out and got my 3 for 2 deals. You know, they ain't gonna be giving me the cheapest one for free. I'm doing them in separate transactions. Be smart, guys, be smart. But this is volume 6. I paid $10.99 each for these, which is probably a little bit more than what I should have done, but it's been really difficult for me to find Toilet Bound Hanako-kun in person, and even if I did find it in person, it was going to be full price anyway, so I might as well get full price and 3 for 2. This is one that Reese picked me up for Christmas. I can tell because it hasn't got a price tag on it. Look at these covers, they are absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea what's going on in this series at the moment, but oh no, that's annoying. Let me see if I can get that off. That's better. It's sticking over his eyeball. This is a volume, what volume is this? Volume 10, this gorgeous purple cover. Look how gorgeous these covers are. Like, I'm literally shook at how pretty these covers are. Oh my goodness. As I say, I really enjoyed the anime from what I've watched, and the art style literally just screams. It literally just screams to me. I absolutely love this sort of cutesy, dark, kind of gothic-y type art style. It reminds me a lot of Karaoke, but more cutesy. So yeah, obviously I'm going to enjoy that. That purple is stunning. Look at that. I have no idea who these characters are, and I have no idea really what this series is about. It's been quite a while since I've watched the anime, but all I can remember from the anime is that it's about this girl, and I think it's this blonde one on the front of this one here, and she goes into the bathroom and meets a ghost, or one of the seven wonders, Hanako-kun, and they go on this adventure kind of dealing with different curses in the school. I don't know, I probably just butchered the actual synopsis of this series. If that's not right, do please correct me in the comment section. I really liked volume 1. Not volume one. The season 1 of the anime. Oh my gosh, words escape me this evening, guys. I'm so tired. But as I say, I really enjoyed the anime of it, and I just had to pick this up. Just these covers, even if I didn't watch the anime, I feel like I would have ended up picking up this series purely because, let me get another one of these stickers off of it. It's really annoying because it's sitting over his eyeball, and I feel like it'd just be weird if I cover his eyeball up. It was inevitable at this point that it was going to be in my collection, because just look how gorgeous these covers are. Absolutely stunning. Gorgeous. So that was Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and with volume 16 I'm now up to date. I have pre-ordered volume 17 on Forbidden Planet. I cannot wait to have that in the collection. I haven't started reading it yet. I will at some point. I'm not entirely sure when. It is on my TBR along with a lot of other things, but we will get to it eventually. But again, this is rated teen, so it is fairly suitable for most ages, although it does have a little bit of dark content in it with some of the ghosties from the Seven Wonders, so do bear that in mind. So next is the other two that Reese picked me up for the 3 for 2 for my Christmas presents, and that was The Heroic Legend of Arslan, volume 11 and volume 14. I'm nowhere near these two volumes. In fact, I've only got up to volume 6 and then 11 and 14, but these were the only other two that I was interested in after I picked up all of this from Forbidden Planet. There wasn't really a lot else there that I could do to make a 3 for 2 with DFI. So this is what we ended up picking up, but I really enjoyed the anime. This is the first Arakawa series in my collection. I feel like I'm doing this mangaka a disjustice, and I feel injustice, Emma. And I should have picked up Full Metal Alchemist, the Full Metal editions, but they are a bit pricey, and I've watched the anime, so I really enjoyed that, but I don't know if I'm committed or if I enjoyed the series enough to pick up the Full Metal editions. I feel like if I see it on sale, I'll probably pick it up at some point, but for now it's not one that I'm interested in unless I pick it up at second hand or whatever. But going back to The Heroic Legend of Arslan, I really enjoyed the anime. It does remind me of a watered down version of Kingdom. Obviously we haven't got Kingdom in English yet. Viz, if you're watching this, please license Kingdom. We need it in English. It is so good. Anyway, moving back to this, I digress. This reminds me a lot of Kingdom. It's got similar elements to it. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to pick this up and give this a read after watching the anime. Plus, the anime hasn't been renewed for a second season to my knowledge, so I want to see how it ends or how it continues, because I believe this series is still ongoing at this point. But yeah, I'm really interested to fill in the gaps and continue on with this series and let you guys know my thoughts about it. But yeah, really like it, really like the art style, and I cannot wait to read more. This again is age 13 plus. This does have a lot of violence and fighting and stuff in it, so beware if that is something that you are not interested in or do not like. Second to last series in this haul is volume 15 of Tokyo Ghoul Re. I don't know why I picked up volume 15. I think it was just to make a 3 for 2, and it was the only volume of this price bracket that I could pick up. I haven't really got a lot to say because I haven't read it, although I have seen the anime. I've already spoken about it earlier on in the video, but yeah, I cannot wait to get this series complete. I am going to switch over to the box sets at some point to free up space in my collection because I'm running out of space. But yeah, there's only a few volumes that I'm missing of this and I cannot wait to get that complete. So the last series that I've got to haul from Manchester Forbidden Planet is volume 18 and volume 19. Oops. Volume 19 of Children of the Whales. I have got a couple of volumes that I am missing in between these and the previous volumes that I showed you from Travellingman. But as I said before, I just want to get this series done in my collection and get it up to date because look at the covers. They are just absolutely gorgeous. And honestly, I cannot wait to see how this series ends or where it goes. It's so whimsical. And it's so pretty, like the art style is gorgeous. I want to show you like the art style, but I don't want to show you any spoilers. So let me just get volume 1. Like it's absolutely gorgeous. Like look how stunning the art is. Like I've probably picked one of the worst pages to start with, but look at this double spread. Look how gorgeous that art style is. Oh my god, it's absolutely stunning. But it's, yeah, as I say, it's a series that I want to get complete, or at least up to date and eventually complete. But it's on my TBR this year to give it another reread. But yes, so excited about that. Cannot wait. But yeah guys, that is my haul for Manchester. I hope you don't mind me combining Forbidden Planet and Travellingman into one video. I just felt that it was a lot easier because there wasn't as many in this haul, each kind of shop, if that makes sense. From each shop there wasn't a lot. There was a lot, but there wasn't as much as I thought there was going to be from Travellingman. But yeah, I'm rambling. Shut up, Emma. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are enjoying the Manga Dudette's Journey North videos and the vlogs and stuff. I hope we get to do it again sometime soon because oh my god, we all had an absolute blast, and we said next time, if Caitlin, you will allow us to come up north again, we would love to stay a little bit longer and explore the surrounding areas and film some more videos, because that was one thing that we didn't get to do while we were up there because we're having too much fun. We were having way too much fun. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a like, comment and subscribe. You guys know the deal. And check out the Manga Dudette Discord, which will be linked in the description box down below. Check out the other girls' channels and their videos. Don't forget to check the live stream that we done on the Saturday, on the day of our Manchester shopping. We had such a laugh. It is 3 or 4 hours long, so it's a long sit through, but honestly it was an absolute blast. We had so much fun. But yeah guys, I will go before I just continue to talk, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and take care, and I will see you in the next one guys. Bye bye.